everybody, and welcome to our properties review. You will be very happy because this should be a really quick video today. We are going to talk about the algebraic properties that we studied last year. I'm going to add one more to the mix, and we are going to be using these properties for several different purposes. One is we are going to do something that's really fun tomorrow. And the other is we're actually going to be using them to justify our algebraic process when we go into equation solving. So you will see kind of more the relevance of why we learned these properties last year and how we're using them this year. So if you take out your notes, the first section should really be pretty much review. Okay? Commutative property of addition says I can switch the order and nobody cares. I'm still going to get the same answer. It's totally legal. Also applies to multiplication. C-O, change order, however you want to remember it. But there is no N in that word. It's not commutative, it's commutative. Okay? Commutative property of addition and multiplication. Associative property says I can change who I'm associating with as long as the operation is either addition or multiplication exclusively. Okay, so if I have all addition involved, here I just have addition, addition, and I likewise have addition and addition. I can change the association. Here it's multiplication and multiplication. Okay, there's no mixed operations going on there. So I can add B and C first or add A and B first, and it's still going to be fine. That's a legal mathematical process. The distributive property says whatever is being multiplied by something in parentheses has to be distributed to everything within the parentheses. So 2 times the quantity 3 plus 4 is going to be the same thing as 2 times 3 plus 2 times 4. And little did you know, but really a lot of times when you do mental math, you use the distributive property to help you figure things out quickly. The additive identity is 0, meaning I can add 0 to anything and I still get the same thing back again. That is the meaning of the word identity. The identity stays the same. So for multiplication, what can I multiply anything by and have it stay its same identity? That would be 1. The additive inverse, however, you have to look at this. This is really important here, is the opposite of whatever that is. So it's negative A or the opposite of A, because A could in fact be like -2, and then negative A would be 2. The inverse takes us back to the identity. You see that? So it's not a coincidence here that you have this and you have this. Same thing with multiplication. If you look at the multiplicative inverse, we call that the reciprocal, it gets us back to the multiplicative identity. Okay? So that is not an accident, and we will be using that tomorrow in our work that we're going to do. 0 property just says that I can take anything and multiply it by 0 and it gets 0. 0 is pretty powerful. Okay? Moving on. The new property you're going to learn, and a lot of you used this last year without even knowing it, is called the symmetric property of equality. And that's saying if x equals a, then a equals x. So if you work down a long string of equations and you got 12 equals x, a lot of times you just wrote x equals 12. Well, the reason I didn't care is because there's a reason you can do that, and that reason is known as the symmetric property of equality. So I would like you to do these properties on your own. I'm not going to do those for you. You should be good with that. Likewise on the back, and then there are some Regents questions. So you're going to finish this worksheet. Shouldn't take too long. And then you also have some Castle learning. You will only go up to question 39, I think I said. So those last few questions you will save for tomorrow night. They have to do with binary operations, which we're going to tackle tomorrow. Have a great night, and I will see you then.